You are now tuning in to From the Bottom to Your Top with your girl, Princess with the Real. I am sitting down today with Drizzle Dollar. We about to hear his life story from childhood to adulthood to where he is now in life. And of course, I don't do no small talk, so we're going to jump right on into it.
Wow.
All right, so Drizzle, we're going to start from childhood. So tell me, what you remember as a child. Did you grow up in a single parent household or did you grow up with both parents?
Single.
Single parent household?
I remember shelter, projects, just really trying to make it.
Okay, so
Pumping
throughout.
gas, everything.
So you grew up, was you the only child?
No, I had a sister, but she got out of there early.
Okay. So
She
how
got
were
out
you
by
in
she-
school?
School, I was an A student.
Okay, no
Yeah.
trouble or nothing throughout your school?
I mean, as I got farther up, probably middle school,
Okay,
got kicked out of King Middle School, smoking something like that here in the bathroom
okay.
with my little
So,
couple of home partners.
so now you started, that was, you said middle school.
King
So when you
Middle
started
School.
smoking?
Man, I started smoking young. I was dipping in that thing probably at about 9. It was available.
It was available at 9.
Yeah, it was available. Yeah, about 9.
So did your parent know you were smoking at that age?
Of course not.
Okay. So let's talk about it. How you sneaking around and doing this?
Well, they were irresponsible.
Okay.
You know, they were irresponsible. My mama, she used to have joints laying around. My father, he pushed major weed. So, man, I could trip over a zip like it was, candy.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? So
That's where the easy access was at the house. The easy
yeah,
access was
of
at
course,
the house.
of course. Yeah, I ain't have to go to the streets. But the crazy part about it, when I got about 16, my mama went to worry. She said, I'd rather for you to do it in the house than you to do it in the streets.
Okay.
So she invited me into the house to do it because she said, you doing it anyway. You know what I mean? So that was good for me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you finished school?
No, I ain't finished no school.
Okay, so
the streets my school.
So how did you go from being in school, getting good grades, to being in the streets and not finishing school?
Well, I had a family who was very bad influences, love them to death. But then I was selling dope as a kid. What my uncle would do was he'll run me across the street. Put it in a bag, brown paper bag, and I run across the street. But one day I looked in the bag, and I used to start name a white boy. And that turned me out. My cousin Ron, he used to give me 10 on. I bring him back 70. I keep the 30. So when you messing with that kind of money and you want some Jordans and stuff like that, then I can go do that now. School wasn't an option.
So what grade did you quit?
I went to high school. I probably made it up to the 10th.
10th grade.
Went to eternity school over there in Perry Home.
So what finally made you be like, you know what, school ain't for me?
I ain't never think school was for
Well,
me.
what made you quit?
I was getting money. It was money. The city was full of it.
So you just woke up one day and said, all right, I ain't going today and I ain't going no more.
What we were doing was we were trapping anyway. See, a lot of them were going to school. We watched them go to school. We were trapping in a bando. But what we'll do, what I would do, I would go sign in. Sign in and bring my butt back out of there. Maybe lunchtime, slide back through.
Okay.
You know.
So you was still signing in and making it look like you was at school for a minute.
Exactly. Beautiful. Mama didn't know nothing. Nada.
Now, how long did you get away with doing that though before you got caught?
Man, listen, my mama, she was so powerful. When I try to do stuff and sneak, she'll kill me. But she could tell me something gonna happen, and it'll happen. I'll be in juveniles. All right, boy, you going to juvenile? What? And I'll be in juvenile, be calling them. No, I'm in juvenile. You know what I mean?
And she be like, I told you.
Yeah, no, she was a fool with it.
So did she make you sit?
Huh?
Did she make you sit, like as an example, like don't do that?
She tried. Yeah.
What you mean she tried? It ain't work?
What happened with me was Judge Hatchett. She a TV judge now. And she was trying to sentence me to 18 months. 18 months, that means you got to go to do some state time in juvenile. And I messed around and caught scabies because it was filthy. 445 Capitol Avenue. And they gave me some medicine, and the medicine irritated me, burnt me up. She let me go. My mama begged her, don't let him go, please. He needed. She hated that lady to the day, and Man, that lady let me go, and I skipped. I skipped court. Then never get caught for juvenile. But I did get locked up, but I was going to pretrial.
But
So
you
I was
skipped
a
court.
kid going to pretrial.
Oh
Cause I
wow.
give a fake name, you know what I mean? Use my first name, my mama last name. I was a fool, you know.
So how did all this pan out for you as a child going through all of this stuff? Like how is your mama reacting to this? Like how
Oh
is this
man,
affecting you?
listen, I'm gonna show you how God work. All right, I don't gave a fake name, go to pretrial. They say either you gonna pay the fine or you gonna do the time. Get some ID. Everybody get their ID out. I can't pull up no ID for their name. I'm still a baby. I called my mama. She can lie for me. She ain't gonna lie for me. Man, them folks gave me 365 days, you know. Pay the fine to do the time, you know. That's what the judge said. I couldn't show no document for that particular name, so of course I had to go do them 365. But I
Mm.
ain't do the whole 365. They gave me an early release.
Okay.
But yeah, I
Okay.
became a trustee working in the kitchen, and it was it was a crazy experiment. Got bigger than I ever been. You know, 'cause
But
I was
how do you
working in the
feel being
kitchen.
in there?
Oh, it was beautiful. You know, I was the youngest thing in there. I had some real OG. I go everywhere by dope, so everybody know me. You know what I mean? So,
So they weren't trying to tell you better. They were just trying to tell you how you stayed from out of the bars.
I mean, we were having fun. They treated me like a grown up. I was on the trustee. We break down the officer line and eat what we want, and smoke all the cigarette we wanted, and weed, and it was cool. Sometimes we eat home box and missed everything. It was a crazy experience. I'm telling you, I came home bigger than I ever been.
So you wasn't in there like, dang, I got to get out of here. You was in there like, oh, I'm getting a
Well,
name.
nah, I was settled. I had my time. You did anything not to go to juvenile and get caught up. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to go do them 18 to 24 months. So, you know, that was a blessing for me to be able to, you know, get that time. I'm up on a whole nother name. I'm a juvenile. If I go to juvenile, it's over with for me. I'm dead.
So who was holding you down while you was in there?
My family. Yeah, my
Okay.
family. But no, I was holding myself down because and pre-trial was a hustle. I know niggas, you know, got bond money up off of cigarettes and pre-trial or whatever you brought in, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. I took my cigarette money and started pat for pat until it got bigger and
Any
people
fights or anything in there?
fights. Not in that particular situation, no. Not that particular
Not that
situation.
time.
No, no, I ain't really had too many fights, but I have, but no, not like that. Nigga hit me in my mouth one time, I said the wrong word, and that was a lesson, you know.
Okay.
Called him a FN, you know what I mean? Hit me fast. I bounced back up like a soldier, then I had my cousin in there, you know. But the dude was from my hood, but he was an OG. He came and apologized to me, said, you know what I mean, that's a lesson there for you. You go down that road, you can't say nothing like that. You know, them fighting words, you got to be ready.
Okay.
We were
Okay.
playing basketball. He fouled me pretty hard. You know, taught me a lesson. Keep your
Okay.
head up, shawty.
Okay. Okay. At least you learned something though.
Oh, man, almost wired me up. You know, I didn't have a strong jaw.
So
You
you
know?
get out, then what happens?
I get out. Man, I got some stories, man. I get out on that one, right? So I had one of the nicest traps, 2 for $5. You know, brought that alive. Front Street, Cashby, and I was just a fool. This stuff will run. It'll run like a water hole. I can keep it going and keep it
Look,
going.
I want to keep
My
it
best
going.
story though is shooting a man 5 times and being here today. You know what I mean?
Oh, so
To talk about it.
let's get into it then.
Well,
Take me from the beginning though.
I'm gonna take it from the beginning. God bless the dead. My little partner Tony, me and a little female chilling in the trap, chilling. I got some crazy lights. I love lights. And my partner rushed down. Hey man, they talking about robbing you. And I said, who? He said, man and Tay Tay. And I said, okay. My crazy, but I got something bad in the bed. I get up, grab the pistol, go up in here, confront these folk. The boy aggressive. He come at me. It's New Year's. We gonna shoot anyway. I supposed to shoot anyway. And he come at me crazy. And I can't see now. I let loose. You know.
So what you mean he came at you crazy? What he
He was
did?
talking crazy. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do? He was drunk though. His name Man too. My name Man. And
Oh, so you one of the people that don't like nobody that even sound like they trying to come at you.
nah,
You
it
ready to
wasn't
pop
like
off.
that. It wasn't like that, but
It sound like, I want the
I
story.
mean, I don't know. Some just got in me,
Okay.
and when it seemed about the situation like a fool, and the boy come at me crazy. I hit him 2 times. He hit the ground hollering. I'm running. I come back and fire him up 3 more times, And leaving from there, I leave my car. I had one of the baddest cars in the city, 1978 Camaro. You don't even see him no more. You know what I mean? But I leave that. I run straight past him. His cousin shoot at me with a shotgun. Almost hit me. I almost damn near fell. And it was good. I wasn't thinking nothing about that car because home would have fired me up. And, I was on the run. My mama made me turn myself in.
How long was you on the run before she made you turn yourself in?
About a month. She wasn't going for it.
But now on the run, you know what? We're going to go to pay some bills real quick. We're going to come back because I want to discuss, how he was on the run, what he was doing to stay away for a whole month before he had to turn himself in. We're going to get into some more good stories about the things that he been through in life because people can learn also from the things that he been through. We're going to get into it, and he going to leave you with a message at the end of the show as well.
Sure.
Stay tuned.
One.
You are back to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. I am still sitting down with Drizzle Dollar trying to hear his life story. He done been through some things. And he done been in and out a couple of times. We gonna finish off on the topic where we left off on, and go ahead and continue your story. Let me know.
Where we was at? We was well, she turned me in. Man, what happened was the police, they came deep, but they had posters up, little things up, and
What you mean they had posters up?
my picture.
Oh, they already had you plastered everywhere.
Yeah, they
Okay.
had me everywhere, and but they came to our house. That's a no-no.
Why? That's a no-no.
Cause she couldn't really find me. She was looking for me. They turned me in, but I was ripping. I was running. But now when they came to the house, she don't play that. She don't do it no line. But that was it, because I almost gave her a heart attack. But you got to turn yourself in. You got to. My whole family mad out. We ain't had no money to get no lawyer. No, they were mad. How you going to turn that boy in with no lawyer?
But she felt like it was best.
No, she said, God, they lawyer.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, God, they lawyer. Mm-hmm.
So that was right at the month mark. Your mama said this, and you turned yourself in the same day?
She turned me in.
The same day she sold you?
Well, no, I was ripping and running. They came to me one time, but they ain't had no one on me. The people who got me, the jump out boy.
Okay.
They said, we don't want you. Homicide wants you. They ain't have no want for me.
So they let you go?
Yeah, they let me go. Grace of God.
And so mama went to the courthouse?
No, she turned me in.
She just drove you up there?
No, she met up with the detective. Old white boy. Yeah, good white boy, too. Took the whole out of my car. My friend, just one of my friends.
So, how it went down, though? She turned you in. She went to the detective with you in the car?
Yeah, me, her, and my daddy. No, they took,
And you just got in the car willingly?
We met up with the, yeah, of course. Right on Peak Mount. Yeah.
You said, of course, but you was on the run for a month.
Well,
So
yeah.
it was just your mama, and because her word is like, okay, mama say do it, I got to do
Well,
it.
I was in them streets. You feel me? So it was like, either you gonna die out here, or you gonna go to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in them streets. It was scary.
It was scary in the streets?
Yeah, it was scary at that moment. You don't know what to do.
Because you was that deep in?
Well, I'm running. I'm on the run.
So you going from house to house?
I got mama. She ain't with it. She ain't agreeing with what I'm doing.
So where you at?
In the streets.
So where you sleeping at?
Oh no, we gonna make a way. I got
Okay.
Stuff.
Okay,
like
that's
that,
what I was trying to see.
Yeah, around them time it was available for you to get a room. You know what I mean? A room in house, not a hotel.
Okay.
Everywhere around the hood, you got rooms. So you might sleep it over here.
Okay.
For a month.
So you had
a
spots
week,
to go
probably.
to.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to see. When you say you was in the streets.
We had Jay's spots. We pay them a couple sats to sleep.
Okay, okay.
Sleeping Creek, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I had to see now, because when somebody say they was in the streets, you could have been living in the streets. You could have been living out your car.
Yeah, I don't live out, did all that. You know, that come with it. That part of it. You know, when you out there, anybody know that. You're going to have some ups and downs, especially me. I was a little gambling fella.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I like to gamble. Shoot them dice. Throw them crap.
That was your thing on the
That was my thing.
post
Get me
up.
by.
You made good money from doing it? Or you lost a lot of money?
I lost a lot of money. I made a lot of money. You know how it go. It's a gamble.
When you up, you keep going until you down.
It's an addiction, though. It was part of life. When you get addicted to something like that, it become part of your life.
So, and speaking of addiction, so, I know you were smoking at an early age. Were you dabbling in anything else?
No. I mean, weed, that's the only thing I ever done. Trap.
Okay.
Put that crack on my hand and chop it up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I always been that kid who I wasn't no follower. Don't care what they do. You feel me? Let them do that. We don't play like that.
Okay, so you went from that lifestyle, and now I want to go, speed it up a little bit and go more into your current of what you got going on now. And you went from, super in the streets. And was that your main thing at that time, or were you doing other stuff at that time too? Were you working?
I always been a bona fide hustler.
Okay.
I've been a bona fide hustler, whether she a crow or snow, I'm going to get some money. You hear me? But I learned from that. I learned I wasn't no pimp. I was just a bona fide hustler.
Okay.
Because I had a thing for girls, But what I had a person around me who made me felt like a pimp, put it like that.
Now, how they make you feel like a pimp?
Because he'd always tell me, man, you got it. But you got it. You the one. You know what I mean? I bring them in. I used to bring them in. They love me.
So you always had the girls around you, so people felt like you could
See,
just do
what
it.
I do was, I bring them in, and my little partner them, I was so nice. I give them a shout at them. She liked me, but my partner them like her. So, you know what I mean? That's how I do.
So you set the girl up who like you with your partner, who like her, and she just be cool with it.
I mean, because she like me, you know what I mean?
So she doing it on for you.
Yeah. Like my little partner just called from the chain gang. He was mean. I was nice, you know what I mean? They wouldn't get him none. They get him because he was mean, you know what I mean? He had to force him. He said the other day, man, they like your laugh. Yeah, because, I ain't on that. I got manners.
But what I'm trying to understand is, they liked you that much that they was willing to bust it down with your partner?
I mean...
For you?
That's why my partner used to say, "Shaw, you a pimp, man."
Yeah, that is pimpish.
But I mean, I wasn't no pimp, I was just, mine was genuine. Because what I would do with a female, or even a prostitute, if I brought a trick to them, you just give me a little percentage. I don't want all your bread.
That's pimping.
Nah, pimp gonna take all your money.
A pimping gonna get a cut of what you doing. If you taking money from him busting her down, then you pimping.
Nah, I'm talking about real slab pimping.
I mean, you ain't doing the full deal pimping, but you was pimping to a certain degree.
I wasn't doing no real slab pimping. My boy Ray doing the real slab pimping. Listen, they give all the money up. They might cuff because that's just part of nature, but they get that money to pimp. They know what pimp gonna do with it. You know what I mean? Pimp gonna pay bills. Pimp gonna get the nails done.
You wasn't a real deal pimp, but you was a pimp to a certain degree. You was making money off of somebody else getting something.
I mean, I can go for that. I mean, I ain't gonna simp myself. I ain't saying I was a simp. You feel me?
Okay.
Wasn't that simp about me. But what happened was I felt in love with one. I don't know.
You fell in love with one of the girls you sent to one of your homies?
No, I ain't come out of, we ain't get together as pimp and hoe.
Okay.
It wasn't like that. It was hoe, boyfriend.
Okay. Hold up. What's the whole boyfriend?
Hoe boyfriend when you the boyfriend and your girl a hoe.
Okay. So she was busting it down with other people, but you was her boyfriend.
No, you accept that. You accept that as, you know what, because she a hoe, so she gonna give you all the money.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you.
So you were pimping your girl. Okay.
Listen, these folks don't want the money on them. They want to give it to you. You manage that. You the manager. You feel me? You become the manager. But now listen what I just said. I was the boyfriend. She was the hoe.
The pimp and the hoe. Okay.
Never worked. No. Boyfriend, hoe.
I mean, when you say what went down, it don't sound like boyfriend hoe, but okay, we're gonna say
right
boyfriend
here, if
hoe.
Ray were here today, bled to dead, he said she poisoned. She poisoned.
Okay.
She was poisoned because what she want is, she don't want a pimp. She want a boyfriend. She want a regular nigga like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But she selfish because she want both. She want to go turn the trick.
And then still have a boyfriend at home
And
because
still
that was
have
work.
a boyfriend
She
at
thought that
home.
was work.
Yeah, because they don't like pimps.
Okay, but you was low key to her pimp,
No, I never was a pimp.
and you probably never said it out loud.
No, I was a manager. I basically was a manager. I was
Okay.
a manager, you know. She
You was
stayed with my mom.
you was managing her whole money.
This girl, look, she took care of home. I went to jail for 90 days, probation. Shoot, my mama ain't have to pay a bill. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Listen, when my mama died, I found the girl ID. My mama still had her ID.
Oh wow.
You know that love. My mama ain't never seen nothing like
So what made you
it.
fall for her?
Red. Let me tell you what happened. My little partner, right? He was asleep. Red really was for him. He was asleep, little D. I said, man, what that is? She was in the window. She seen me. She said, why you looking like that? Come up here. Little young girl, Red. And she was something. I left her ass in Miami, too. And she was something else, man. I went up them steps, man, and from that day on, we were together. Man, she was a money getter, though. You know, I sold dope. I came across 20 and some 30s. I blowed them, though, gambling. Shawty, when I got with her, man, paper. It was like the paper was like they him. Because she was a red, she was mixed. And when she fixed up, man, she transformed. Niggas said, man, what she doing with Shawty? She too pretty. You know what I mean?
So what attracted you to her, knowing that she was a hoe? Like, what attracted you to be like, I want to be her boyfriend?
She gave me that sack. She gave me
Okay.
that sack and then asked for it back. You know, I ain't know how to react.
Okay.
I ain't know how to react. Shoot. But nah, her love was different. She had a different kind of love. She had this dog. She had this golden retriever. And this dog was just so attached to me. Slept with me. I got pictures right now. I'm in the bed. The dog in the bed with me. I got my hand right down on their paw. You know what I'm saying? And
Y'all was family.
yeah, we was family. But now that particular night, I had my bomb in the trap. And we walked from Parsons Street all the way to Magnolia. And in that period of walking, man, we talked about so much because she was adopted. But we talked about so much. And man, it was like we knew each other because she was a Pisces too. She was born in March. See, I ruined that because she didn't want to be a hoe. You know, she really wanted to be a regular girl, but
You
she was
continued to tell her to be the hoe.
No, she was accustomed to getting her own money being a hoe. You know?
But what you said you ruined that. How did you ruin that?
Because I took her to, I ain't taking her to Miami. I sent her to Miami with a pimp. See, that's another story. I sent her to Miami with Ray by force, not by choice, because a man died in my house on the hell run. You know, so now I'm scared out my boots. You know what I mean? Somebody die in your house, OD, on the hell run. You know,
Yeah.
stuff. It just. So I
So
said,
you sent her away to get away from the stuff.
I was coming too, but I said, give me a
Okay.
week. I'll be there in a week, you know, sitting on down that road with my boy, Pimp Ray. Because now it's like, you know, that's a charge. That was a charge. Yeah, so we had to figure something out. Yeah.
So you got them out of the situation. You said you was coming.
My
You
man,
ain't say you went.
Yeah, I went. My man had already been telling me what's happening. Miami,
Okay.
Georgia to Florida. They gonna love you. You know what I mean? So
now y'all in Miami. What's up?
Miami, they loved me in Miami. I was different in Miami. You feel me? I walk around that thing with this Haitian flag until this big old Haitian brought it to my attention one day and said, man, you ain't Haitian. I ain't know no better. You know, this flavor to me, this sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see a lot of Haitian with that particular flag, but it was in the gas station. That's where I got it from. But Haitian, hey, he wanted red. He was, hey, you ain't no Haitian. He felt like I was trying to be a Haitian.
So
Cause
how
the
you
Zoes
respond to
were
that?
cool. If you was a Haitian, you were cool. Yeah, you know, so.
So how you responded to that?
Oh, no, he wanted my girl. You know, anything down there red in Miami, you know. That's what my boy told me before I sent her. He said, make sure she love you, man. I'm telling you, she won't come back. And he wasn't lying. She didn't come back.
So
I ended up getting another red girl down there who really loved me.
hold up though. You fell for Red though.
Man, red was something else. Listen, I did a girl so wrong for red, because I ain't tell you during my probation time while she was taking care of my mama. She wasn't taking care of my mama, but she was doing spectacular stuff that girls just don't do at this age. You know, this girl paid up rent for 2 months. Didn't get my mama no, because we stayed right here by the rent office.
Look, I'm finna cut you off there. We finna pay some bills and we gonna come back. Cause I wanna see how you just left Red that quick after you just
I ain't leave red.
You just said you found another
Red
Red.
left me.
Okay, so we gonna talk about how
It was-
Red got gone and a new Red came in, and what took place in his life after the first Red left and the new Red came. Y'all stay tuned. From the bottom to the top with your girl Princess with the Real. You are back with your girl Princess with the Real on From the Bottom to the Top. Of course, I'm still sitting down with Drizzle, and I want to get to the story on Red and Red. So we got to finish. We got you. Red left you. So how Red left you first?
Well, she didn't really leave me. She gave me an option. Stay with the pimp, or let's go to the hotel. You know what I mean? So I had to make a choice. Now what I did was, I left with Red. I had my homeboy thinking I got locked up in Dade County. But 3 weeks I was out there with Red in them streets. Dade County street. Imagine that. North Miami. Dade County. You know what I mean? Trick Daddy City. Rick Ross City.
So what you and Red doing out there?
Man, we living. She doing a lot of tricking.
So now, hold on now.
But I ain't gonna lie, the boy introduced us to some real life stuff. Safety. The script club.
Okay.
So that's what Miami about. The
So
script
she took
club.
her tricking to another level.
Well, no, he put us on this already. That's
Okay.
what Miami about. Bring the girl from Atlanta, take them to,
Okay.
Florida, put them in the script
Pimp
club.
Drizzle. Yeah,
you know what I
okay.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now, you avoid your girl getting raped, beat up, locked up, and all that. Now
So
she
now
in a
she-
safe environment. Which
You
is
in there
the
just
script
watching the
club.
work.
Well, you weren't allowed, but sometimes I will go. You know, we just play like we don't know each other, stuff like that.
Okay. And
But-
so I guess Red ain't like that though. Because
What?
Red wanted you to be her boyfriend.
Yeah, Red want me to be around. You know, Red, she loved me. She wasn't ready for Miami.
So if she loved it you and you loved it her, then why you just kept wanting to pimp her then?
No, it wasn't that I wanted to pimp her. It was just this all we knew. That's just like
Okay.
me. When I was selling dope, you know, that's all I knew.
Okay, so how you and Red broke up, the first Red?
Me and Red, well, what happened was, you know, I couldn't continue to be in the streets. I had to go on back to the mansion with Pimp Ray and play like I got out of jail. I had my little vanilla folder. You know, this real life now. My sister, mama, them don't call down there and threaten the boy. You better find my child, you know. And I ain't talk to them because I got to play this cool.
You
know,
played
so
that thing all the way like you was really in jail. You ain't talk to
Yeah.
nobody.
Talk to nobody, man. I couldn't. The only people I talked to were the people in Florida
Oh,
who
wow.
became my friends and stuff like that. But
And you got back and they bought the story.
you know what? We right here in Miami, but we were still in Miami. I was just all kind of hotels.
But when you got
Best
back to your
came.
people with these fake envelopes and stuff, they bought the
He
story?
went for it. Yeah, that boy never in his lifetime think I'd do some crazy method what I did.
Did you ever tell him?
No, he died on us, but no, I wouldn't never tell him. Ray
So-
was a fool. I stayed in Miami 2 years, and only why because he left us. He pretty much left us, but I didn't want to come back. I wanted to come back home, but I didn't want to come back to get locked up.
Okay.
Cause my whole mind frame, I got a want.
Because of what had happened back home, the whole
Yeah.
reason why y'all left. Okay.
I got a want.
So when you eventually did come back, anything popped up with that?
Well, I was forced to come back after a while, cause
What you mean you was forced?
my man, he had to move. We stopped paying the rent on the mansion and stuff like that. So we was overdue. We
Okay.
stayed down there almost 2 years and a half.
So now you back. What you doing now?
I'm back. I'm thinking I'm the Mac. Cane in one hand, fur coat on my back. Couldn't tell me nothing. They weren't ready for me.
So you went from not saying you wanted to be a pimp, you ain't want to be called a pimp, to now you
Oh,
with
no,
the cane in it.
I'm focused now. I'm in my pimping zone.
Okay.
Track shack, all along. That man think he a pimp.
Okay.
You know, I'm in my pimping zone. I'm coming back from Miami. I know the game. I've been around my boy. He damn near beat it in me. You know what I mean? So now I know how to get the money from the girls without, you know, being nasty. Because you kick them in the ass. You know.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a pass and just tell them the real spiel. You know, I ain't with all that. That's what separated me from pimping, my heart. You know, I wasn't the
But
man.
you was still pimping though.
You call it pimping. I call it happy. You can call it what you want.
You was
I
making
call it
money off of
happy.
somebody else's
Listen,
happiness.
listen, like I do now. I just tell them which way to go. I'm just giving them directions. You feel me? I'm
Now,
just like the
see-
stop sign. I tell them when to stop.
Now back
You messing
then,
up. Hey, you messing up.
look, back then you was pimping. Right now you probably
And I-
giving directions because you doing a
I
little
was
something
giving
different.
direction then. Girl was running around now with dirty tennis shoes. And
Oh
I
yeah, they
was
gotta
showing
get
her-
right so they can make the money for
No,
you.
these folk had on baggy pants, and I was showing them how to do this and doing, you know. And
That's what pimps do. They get you right.
No, but I wasn't pimping. I was helping.
Oh, okay. That's what
They'll
they call
tell
it.
you they gonna come out. Listen.
If that's what they call
about
it.
life. One thing about life. Life it's gonna roll. Whatever you done in life, if you done well, bad, that stuff gonna roll back
Yeah,
around
whether
like
you
a roller
pimped or
coaster.
didn't pimp, it's gonna roll.
No, listen, these people gonna come out when they see me on this TV, and they gonna say, man, that nigga helped me right there. I was
Yeah,
down on.
pimps. Some pimps
No,
help.
I'm different, baby. I'm different. You can't make me out no pimp.
I mean, you wasn't taking all their money. You was making sure they got what they needed. But you
Nah,
went.
see-
That's why I said you went all the way pimping.
Nah, see, it disrespectful even to call me a pimp to the next pimp who really pimping, you know.
Oh, so you went. Now I already said that in the beginning. You wasn't a full blown pimp, but you was making money off of other people's.
You
happiness.
probably can call a kid like me a womanizer more than a pimp.
Okay. See,
You
I ain't
feel
wanna.
me?
That's worse.
Yeah, my stuff was different.
That's worse then.
Mine was different because I was a kid, and what I knew how to do was manipulate a mind to have sex with everybody, including the junkies.
Okay, so you was worse than a
So
pimp.
I ain't getting no money. I wasn't worse than no pimp. I just
You
it was-
manipulating women.
I don't think it was manipulation. I think it was finesse at its
Oh,
best.
okay.
You feel me? Because
Okay.
once people were done, it was over with. It wasn't nothing I would carry on you.
Because you had so many coming.
Yeah, we were kids. We didn't know no better, you know. We didn't know no better. But
So ain't no point in chasing after one because somebody else finna come back in the door.
Nah, a lot of times when you had a spot, people want to come over. You know what I mean? And I like the company, so a lot of times them people just want to come and kick it. You see how this environment look? And how they be in my house, in one of my spots, music blasting, trap bunking.
Okay,
know.
so you went from that, I want to speed it up. I want to
Let's
get
speed it
into,
up.
this Drizzle now. You went from that lifestyle to now you out here, you got a YouTube series, several of them.
Well, no, I went from that lifestyle to downtown 5 Points, our Atlanta, downtown.
Okay.
The biggest thing in the city. That's what
Okay.
I went to. I had to figure it out. Me and my guy, Track Shack, we figured it out. We was in the West End trying to do it. It wasn't big enough for us. So we said we had to go somewhere where we can really mingle with the world because we seen something that people didn't even see back then. We seen it. We said we got to go downtown, cousin. And we went downtown, man, and we kind of took that over. We kind of took that over, even from the cities to the green.
Okay.
Because I took the 2 for $5 and did something else with the game, you know. Now I got the dope boys buying bombs. You know, they buying bombs from me. No, we did something different that ain't nobody do.
Okay.
We took the CD game and we ran it this way. Because what happened was the feds came down. We was in a serious game. I was making real money. You know, I can go buy 100 pack of CDs for $10 and sell that, you know, each CD out that 100 pack for $1. That's why Drizzle Dollar came, you know,
Okay. Okay.
downtown. I'm Drizzle. We're going to put that dollar on that thing, make that thing a store. Now I got a dollar store. I got everything you want. But
Okay.
I'm really catering to my kids, my babies, my bottles, my pacifiers, you know, my baby clothes. Everything. I'm killing them, but I got the CDs, DVDs. Now I'm finna trick them. What people love. Porno.
Okay.
I'm finna get a real bankroll. I'm finna invest in the porno. So I went to spending like 500 to 1,000, 2,000, strictly porno. You know what I mean? Now I'm the porno man.
Okay.
I got them coming from Cobb, Clayton, Marietta, you name them. You know, they coming. And,
So
you know,
now
man, listen,
you said
man.
you was a hustler now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was a hustler to the point Tyler Perry had to send somebody to come and see me, you know. We made the news. We was working, you know, You know, this stuff was like dope. It was flabbergasting for an undercover to sit back and watch us make this kind of money. You know, I took it so far where I started putting my CDs in the sandwich bags. You know, I said, you know what? This dope. You know, this dope. We ain't gonna waste our money on sleeves.
Oh,
Because
wow.
the
Okay.
sleeves were ridiculous. You know, they seen us coming. So they started taking the sleeves up. And I said, you know what? Man, we going to glad these folks. Yeah, we going to glad these folks. You know, 180 in a box for 199, something like that day. But I'm going crazy. You know, I'm going crazy, man. We doing 3-4 clubs a night. You know, I'm having money. You know, niggas don't even know I'm having. You know, I'm in the club. I'm trying to black their eye with the bankroll. I'm talking about that kind of money. They'll tell you, blunt this long. I'm talking about some paper in these blunts. And I mean, we got them.
So you out there getting it, and now are you trying to invest in other stuff to try to?
Yeah, I'm investing in artists and stuff like that, and they didn't know no better. And waste a lot of money.
Investing in artists.
Some clean money, too. Real clean money. You know, money you probably can't make no more. You can't make that kind of money no more. They're real money I'm talking about. You know,
So
CD
you was
money.
losing a lot of money investing in artists.
Didn't know no better, didn't care.
So now do you still invest in artists?
Yeah, of course I do. My actors. All these actresses and stuff like that.
But
you
not
know.
in the way that you was doing it then. You learned
Well, this
lessons.
without saying, you know, this without saying. It's just natural and just basically just something you really got to do. You need actors, you need actresses. You know, it just, you got to pick out the great ones, the ones who you feel like might be great and who you might feel like might take it to another notch.
So is that what you change when it came to deciding who to work with, so that way you didn't lose money?
Pretty much. Nah, the music, something else. That's a whole nother game. You know, when you come to this game, now you're dealing with personalities, for real. Because people act every day. We all actors. We born actors. You know, so it just determines who really acting and who playing, you know. Because
Okay.
you got some playing acting. They don't like you.
Yeah, they just
But
playing
they
to get
acting
what
like
they want.
you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
stuff like that you have to kind of get between why they here, you know, what they trying to do.
So now in regards to, you getting actors and stuff, how do you go about deciding who you want to work with?
Well, I don't. God do that.
Okay.
Yeah, God do that. Because the one who come around, either they gonna hang around, you know, they gonna get away from around. You know, God gonna bring people around who meant for you. And one thing about these people, you know, they return. They come back. I text, they come. You know, it's genuine. You know, it ain't. It's genuine. Everybody getting on the camera. You know, everybody having speaking roles. People shooting people. You know, people doing stuff that you just don't do. You know, and these people don't know that, and they don't supposed to know it until we explain it to them. But you just don't go on sets and get these kind of roles.
And so, what made you get into doing this?
Well, it started from an African. Me trapping in the park, an African coming buying weed from me. Had all the equipment in the world. I ain't care nothing about it. I'm getting a bankroll. You know, but he kept itching at me about this movie he wanted to do called The Bluff.
Mhm.
And I said, he kept getting on my nerve about it. So he said, I want you to come and audition, but you still gonna get in it. So he booked this big old hotel, the Marriott. I came, you know, missing money. Did my audition. The whole place just went crazy. I took the peppermints. You know, it was my time. You know, and this the Bluff. It was a big bowl of peppermints. I just said, put them in my pocket, and the whole thing just blasted. It was this made for you, you know. And I tried to stick around it, and I participated. Wasn't getting no money from it. And I said, man, I'm missing money. They had me everywhere, you know, places people couldn't come. I'm selling dope now, nicks and shit. You know, people can't. These J's, you know, they gonna buy who they can get it from. And I gave it up, man. Gave it to my little partner, man. Let him have it. Let him do it. Hey, man, do this. Do. And my boy right here, Nord, he did it. And shoot, man. And I went to jail a lot. I was a jail kid. Like my grandma said, jailbird. I'm trying to get a check. You know, I always had problem with trying to get a check. You know.
You like quick money.
But my mama had so much prayer on me to the point where all that stuff was just lessons. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people didn't get a chance to go to jail. They went to hell. I'm talking about head first.
But so when you think about like all of the things that you dealt with, going back and forth to jail, you know, coming up the way you came up, being in the streets like you are, to be where you are today, like that's an inspiration to a lot of people to see where you are today and what you're building, not just for yourself, but building for other people. So I want you to talk about that a little bit more in depth on how you're building for yourself and other people through your show on YouTube and through your other series that you're doing as well and through your music.
Well, that's what I live for. I live for these people, you know. I live for others. What I do, I can't possibly do for me. Myself, nah. I live for these people. You know, I'm trying to help them. I'm going to help me. That number one, you know, but the main thing is helping people get off the couch. Because we got a lot of couch potatoes who don't want to be couch potatoes. We got a lot of people watching us who don't want to watch us. They want to actually be the people who sit down and watch the TV with us, not just watch us. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, that's part of my motivation, you know, like, period. Me waking up every morning, what I'm thinking about? Oh, my people.
And so with that being said, I want to end on a note of, if you had to leave the viewers with something, what would you tell the viewers? Man,
keep going, keep striving, get around somebody who believe, you know, and believe. When they believe, you gonna believe, because you automatically create what you think. If you think you're an asshole, you gonna create that, you know, and that's cool, you know. Be the best asshole you can be, but that's what you're creating, you know. And hopefully it's a creation that gonna draw a platform for other people to eat, whether you're an asshole or not. You know? Because most assholes eat. They get money. That's
just
how they get money.
Just be true to who you are, is what you're saying.
Assholes. You ain't taking no shit. I'm an asshole.
So if you had, I want you to leave with the viewers also how they can find you, how they can locate you. Go ahead and talk into the camera and let them know exactly. You right here. Right here. Let them know exactly how they can find you.
Oh, man, you can find me on YouTube, Drizzle Dollar, man. Everything Drizzle Dollar. That's why I won't confuse nobody. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to confuse nobody. I know y'all looking for man. But, man, put that Drizzle Dollar with that man. You got me. Everything. You did what I'm saying. Drizzle Dollar, man. Everything in one, you know. You're going to find me. I'm going to pop up like an ad. I'm telling you what's happening.
Well, thank you for coming in today and telling your story with the viewers.
Pleasure.
I appreciate having you. Hopefully, we'll have a follow-up in a few years to see where you are in life at that point. Thank you guys for tuning in today to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl, Princess with the Real. We had Drizzle Dollar in the building. Make sure you stay tuned next week. We'll have a new guest in the building telling their life story.